And we're live. Welcome to Twin Flame Abundance Live. Today, we are going to have a look with Divine Mother and the help of Oracle cards that are steered by Divine Mother herself. And what we're going to do is research what the 72 angels of God have to tell us about union. Because the more I got into the mood, the experiences of having been initiated as a twin flame spiritual teacher by Divine Mother, and the more people came to me, God sent me to see how it would work out for them, what were also the tools that were given me, etc. The more that progressed, well, at a certain point, I really started to see that Divine Mother started to give me instructions for these people. Like, there it is. Beautiful. And I could tell it to these people. And then one day, what came back to me when I gave out these beautiful and intensely valuable suggestions from Divine Mother to people on their twin flame journey, one day what happened was there came angels back to me as a, yeah, how could we interpret that? The divine reality, and we try to interpret that as human beings. It always sounds a little strange because it's like another level of reality. But I think you could say that they came to help me with that mission, with that effort, to help actually this person. Maybe that's better to say. They came as a thank you note for sharing these messages from Divine Mother, where people could find their twin flame, who it truly was, and all the lovely developments that come afterwards that make a person go to their harmonious union, and then that's a consciousness state, and then they start to build their actual relationship with that person. That's how it all to go, right? And that is where the happiness is, and that's where the sparkles fly, and that's where, yeah, the love opens up from the heart, from the spiritual heart, that is. And yeah, they just came in. They just came. It was like, okay, you're doing that. Things are going well here, and now we come in to help you. And I was like, oh my gosh. Well, I understand. Thank you. Right? And I was happy about that. And then I started to understand that the 72, well, that's one way of approaching angels that spoke to me in this gesture that was given to me. So that's why we do it like that. There are like 72 traditionally named main angels of God that help people. They are subdivided into choirs where they like sing together, I guess, right? Because it's all vibrational, and the choirs are seraphim, cherubim, thrones, dominations, powers, virtues, principalities, archangels, and angels. But there are like billions of angels, not just 72, because everyone has their own angel, and like cities have their own angel, countries have their own angel, etc. So yeah, but I think these are like the main helpers sort of God. You could see them as directly coming from the divine vibrational fields with a specific mission that come to help you. And it is logical, actually, that they came to me, because it is God's goal at this moment in the universe to roll out the idea of harmonious twin flame union, the truth of it, for people to actually achieve and keep on being inside of it during the rest of their existence, not only lifetime, but existence. That is God's goal at this moment. So we're really like leading edge here, right? And it is actually logic that, God's angels come to help with that because it is God's goal. So when you go on the journey, you will also get to see and feel and hear and taste and touch, however you experience that, the angels that are helping you. Now, the angels will be guiding me with the oracle cards that are over here, and we're going to look into a whole bunch of decks, which one the angels choose, and distill their message for us. But they told me beforehand that what they actually also want to talk about is specifically what the angels can do for you inside the mystery school, the Twin Flame school, the Twin Flame year group course that will be called Twin Flame Abundance Now. That will start up real soon enough. You'll see it when I finally give you the clarity on when the day is, that it opens. And that will be the year group course that will roll you forward. It will be a group, and you can take part. We will be opening the heart in a group call every week. And we will, at the same time as doing this heart opening core twin flame work with the key tool, of course, together. But at the same time, simultaneously, we will also be walking through 12 topics per year, actually 24, because these are all daily life, mission, union attuned topics of life, of union life, that you will need to bring to the union level when you're inside the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union, what it is all about, what you want to achieve to make it all happy and joyful and true with a true twin flame. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I have 24 topics for you. They are creativity, meditation, healing, soul, love, and money, food and health, money, writing, business, senses and communication, co-creation and coaching, art, sexuality, energy resonance, entrepreneurship, energetic strategizing, sexual magic, relationship, going deeper with yacht, which is a tool, master your miracles, reset and appreciate, choosing your goal, harmonious twin flame union, anchored flowering golden flow, creative ID and life mission, union and mission bonus chapter. All right. And you will be moving through these topics year round, every month a topic, with theory and workbook and the opportunity to go deeper in them. And for some topics that is really contains information and workbook that you could work 1.5 years on, only on that topic alone. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. And you can bring all these topics on the union level. And when you buy both parts of the offer that I will open soon, then you will have 24 topics that will go simultaneously. So 2 topics per month will it be for you then. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. And the angels, this is what I was going to get at, the angels wanted to talk within this context, what union means, how they support us in that program coming up real soon. Because that is, like the content of what we do here already, anyways. It just means like what we do here, because we present Divine Mother's true twin flame teaching that you can integrate into the magician's energy work that I stand for. And these are the two things that come together and they mix together, and they now will be expressing, besides the things that we already have, also in this year course. And that will be awesome. And it's like the angels, they just want to like come forward and specifically support us through this. Now, I feel that we are going to start with the manifest union and mission cards. And I realized that I did not prepare these 4 positions, and I will do that now. We have 4 positions for them. We've done that in earlier lives, Twin Flame Abundance lives. And I feel that they really can say also something through this deck. So let's get that to work, and let them speak through this deck that I designed myself. I'm currently rewriting it to be neatly about union and mission, while before it was actually more mission oriented. All right, so the first one is this one, from result to innovation through simplification. Okay, let's just get them and then focus better on them. This was the one for resources. So, what are the resources that the angels help us with, or something, to go through this? New to start movement. All right, show me the second one to go to the goal. What will be the goal? Well, we'll look deeper into it, but it will be from 0 to 1 and all possibilities in between. And then we'll go to the ground, the foundation is maybe better to say. And we get to clear the shadow aspects. We'll look deeper into that in a moment. And the essence will be, oh, I saw one. Yeah, I saw this. Okay, there we go. From value to money for the service products. You see, that's where I focused on mission, from value to money, but it will also be getting a version that is more geared towards union, so that it will be something along the line of from value to express value, which is your union, right? For your love, your twin flame love. All right, well, that was quick. Let's look in the booklet to make this all match up. And let's have a closer look. The angels say that there are resources, and it is about the art of simplification. And here we see the sign of, it's like 2 pyramids in each other. That's this sign, and it's some sort of the third eye between the eyes, right? And it's also called Metatron's cube. But it's also the flower of life when you look at it in a flat way. It's the geometric pattern out of which the universe is built. It's like the building block of creation, any creation. And this card speaks about that we need to go to a certain simplification for our resources. Like, go to the building block of life and cleanse your third eye with it, and everything will be clarified for you. So that's, I think, what the angels say that will be what they support us with in the school, in that year course that starts up soon, in what we do here for Twin Flame Union to make that work for you. That's what that means. Let's read. The art of simplification. Success asks for a focus, and often we are asked to let go of a lot more than we think is a good amount than we like. We love our own ideas, and they can become a fantasy real quick. that takes over everything, particularly when you are a truly creative person. Sometimes we greatly overlook that there are things inside of that do more harm than good. Tasks that are superfluous, spendings that do not contribute, team members that sabotage, habits that hold yourself back to become a success. Seeing these things for what they are is almost all the work you are placed in front of, and to work your way through in this phase. Learning to see what can go is an art that comes into existence with a strong inner eye in combination with a clear mind, meaning your inner eye will need to have openness and your mind will be allowed to be in a broad view position that you can oversee where you are going and which elements are strictly necessary for that. So become clear and take a quiet moment. Then be honest with yourself. What really matters? What does not work? Work against? What sabotages? This can truly hurt. You don't want to be unwelcome to that team member, but or something else. But every time she does not turn up or perform, you do not want to throw away your favorite idea. But is it truly the need of for the target audience? And these are examples. And let's add another example for the twin flame union much more clearly, because that last one was clearly also for mission. This can truly hurt something, a habit that you have, a mentality that you have while taking action that is not compatible to your twin flame union at all and hurts it and keeps you away from the union. That can truly hurt because it may be your favorite thing about yourself because you have a wrong perception about yourself, and that can truly hurt. That could be the message, to let that one go. That was meant here. You can oversee. You have the power to tap into your inner knowing about what is essential and what is not. This power will be of service to you in your way to success, in your entrepreneurship, in your union process. And it can also be applied to as quality to exist others to become clear. You are an advisor in mind and physical renovations so that others are able to get to their successes, so that your twin flame will be able to get to the union and share it with you. And then, indeed, also when you feel that this is central for you, it can become part of your mission. That you can oversee that, how to clarify this simplification. Go to the building block of life itself. And that is, after all, your union. It is, after all, the fact that we are created as human beings on the soul level by God as two complementary parts in one whole that then will be born on their own time, in their own way, in their own soul, with their own body, their own energy body, on the world, in another family. But they then in the flesh can come back together how they're actually created and then start to live this life how you are created originally, but then in form. That will be heaven. That is heaven. That's the definition of what that is. So now you know. And that is the building block of life. You are the building block of life. Union is the building block of every life, everywhere. That's the rule. It's not an outlier. It's not special. Everyone is this. It's what you essentially are because you're human. And you can make that come true in the physical, and that's what God wants for you. And the angels say that you need to tap into the resource that actually says simplify. That's also what we'll be doing in the school. It actually says go back to your building block. That's what we'll be doing indeed. Yeah, and the angels will be helping with that. They will just be about just go back to the fact that your identity is union. Just go back to the fact that your identity is union, and so on and so on, until it has been heard by every part of you. And every part of you starts to manifest that in the flesh, because that's what you want. That's the simplicity of what we'll be doing, and that's what the angels will be helping us with, which is very awesome. And now we'll be looking at the goal. So, what goal are they going to help us with in the school? From 0 to 1 and all possibilities in between. Well, this again sounds a little bit like a mission card, but we can also translate it to union, which I'm in the course of doing in the booklet, but possibly not this one yet. And then we'll just wing it here, right? Speak your value for the goal. Even though you may have a strong relationship to language, you will need to build a close relationship with numbers too. Well, yeah, that's true in mission. And mission is something that you'll find in union. So that's at least where this is taking place. But maybe we can distill more out of this. And you do have that relationship already. You just need to bring it to life. Meaning, when you desire to make money with your true value, your money works in numbers. But deep intuitive wisdom also works with numbers. Maybe you know this phenomenon that when you look at a clock, a road sign, or other unsuspected places, and you are confronted with number sequences such as 1111, or yet another so-called code that feels meaningful to you. That is correct. It is a signal of a bigger wisdom mechanism of the universe that wakes you up for your inner life in a way that you can hear. Here it becomes clear that numbers are much more than simple quantity indicators. Between the options of 0, none, empty, and 1 lies an entire world of nuances. These nuances are also a variety in sensitivities of feeling besides being numerical details after the period. You can count all these nuances into how you deal with numbers as a value discernment tool. Would you price your service in mission or product in mission, for instance, 1111 euro or dollar, then that has an enormous experienced value, and that is what you communicate to your client. Your prospect desires not only a ginormous value, but one that is that in 1,000 nuances exactly answers their desires. And you give them the opportunity to be able to do so with your price. Your price point is their magic because it leverages how much they are healed in divine energy. This is how you build numbers with a true blessing. You are an expert in valuing offers into numbers. You understand how number magic is of influence in holistic business. Enjoy that fully and give others the opportunity to join, become advisor. All right. But I actually do have the feeling that this is very much about the angel numbers, about the 1111 or 1212 or whatever you are seeing. Maybe you see 333 everywhere. It's very much about the angel numbers, and they're here on your path, and they are from the angels. The angels say, this is where you need to go deeper. This is a new moment in which you can do inner work to go very deep, and we can help you here. That's what the angels' numbers mean. The goal. So maybe that's their goal, to wake you up for where is the deepening, where is the alignment, and go there. That's what the angels see as a good way to guide you through your actual goal. And it can be the sort of the goal in the meantime, but they will guide you through that to the actual goal. And you may have experienced that as well. So let me know with a comment what kind of signs and symbols and numbers you have seen. It starts to look like the angels are actually telling us that they are the mathematical simplicity of life itself, or they have like an influence on them. They help us to go to the building block of life. They help us to go to, they have influence on, they are about mathematical codes, number codes that are magical. That's what they are about. That's how they communicate. They communicate in rhythms and numbers and sacred geometry and the building blocks of life itself. That's how they can support us, by bringing us back to the alignment with these elements. Yeah, love that. And speak your value is how this card is called. And that is connected to the idea of the goal, which is the position of the card for sure. Because, I mean, the text talked about how you can bring value to a client in a mission business, for instance. But that might be far-fetched for you at this moment, which is okay. But it also means that you are going to speak what you have to say to your twin flame. Your magic code of 1111 is what you have to say, is what your building block is. What you have to say is your building block to build the next phase of union. And you have to speak your value, and that is important. That is the thing. That is the goal. It brings you to your goal. And I have experienced that myself very clearly, because I have been triggering my twin flame enormously. Not on purpose, but by just simply being myself and saying what I have to say, doing what I have to do. Well, what I apparently did. And this was a very good part of our intermingling in and around harmonious union. What started at union and harmonious union, and afterwards it was very clear that we have been for some years in a very intense, like, touch each other, communicate, say something that triggered the other greatly. It was also the other way around. But then that was actually positive, because the other person could process that, twin flame inner work, right? Process that truly and deeply, so that they come into a new level of themselves, a new layer. And our union got closer and closer and closer because of that, because of saying what you have to say, and then seeing, oh, that triggered them badly. But that's good, because they're able to do the inner work. And me too. I was always also shocked by the fact that that happened. And then I could process that, etc., etc. And that was deeply healing. And our relationship has become closer and closer and closer. And that's what Speak Your Value is. It is working with the building blocks. You have building blocks for them, for your union. And they only come forward when you speak them, when you do them, when you gesture them, not when you hold them back, not when you gag yourself. But we're not going to, like on purpose give the twin flame a hard time. That's not what we're doing. This is not a game. This is not a manipulation game, which is also what many people do with psychology. They come with psychology to the twin flame union, and then they try to do something with psychology that, according to them, might make it better. But that is not how twin flames work. They only work with the inner work. And that will heal your psychology. But when your psychology is healed, it falls away. Well, that was a nudge that might need another complete video. But it's the truth. So if you can hear that, then you might be greatly helped. Let's look at the next position, which is the foundation. And the angels have told us with this card that the foundation has to do with to clear shadow aspect and make whole. Okay. So we have the world in your sight and you're crying to clear away shadow aspects of yourself, of your union, and then eventually of the whole world too. Well, you're not going to need to heal the entire world. To have your union, you only need to heal yourself to have your union. But through your addition of your union to the world that you give as a gift to the world, there will be more shadow aspect healing of the world. And that is eventually how we all will work together, creating a peaceful world from the inside out. And by first going to your union, yourself. Let's see what the booklet says. Seeing clearly. In the position of foundation, this is what the angels are going to help us with inside the twin flame schooling that I offer. Seeing clearly, in some processes, there is a last push necessary through your shadow to the other side so that you get into the light fully. Maybe you believe this is already over. You have, after all, taken all the steps by now that you could see were necessary. Then the soul step arrives. More tears, more grief, and then a new landscape comes into view suddenly. This is the most meaningful thing you can give yourself because it is the very best you can give the world. Seeing the landscape, the world as whole and full of value, clean from impurities and shadows, makes everything that follows peaceful and worthy. This one last step before the final one will wash your inner eyes and outer eyes clean of dirt. What to do with relationships, business, love, money will now become clarified. Allow yourself the patience in this phase. It is worth it. You can ask for extra clarity in dreams, ideas, intuitions. This will surely be given to you. But do not go overboard with it because this phase primarily has a need for soft surrender, possibly tears, and a vulnerable and sensitive heart. Your meditation, artistic, social, business, or project, your business or entrepreneurship smartens up tremendously, and your union too, through the surrender, without even changing a thing about the structure or strategy. You can, by changing your perception, change the world. This goes for all situations and relationships. It is a matter of how you look. Do you see loss, abandonment? Then you will sit in sadness. Or realize your unfinished grief of another occasion and now finally finish it. When that is completed, you see that you had never been deserted in the first place. You are always only arriving more and more. This is the very best you can make others feel as well. And you can teach them this principle too, when they so desire. Which is also one of the things that A Course in Miracles, a book that represents the consciousness teaching of the Christ Masters, that I co create the possibility of going to the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union with in spirit. I co create with them. After we met physically and had an episode of working physically together, in that book, A Course in Miracles, that is their underlying philosophy and reality explained. It is all about that you will be different in the world, that your union will be different when you see different. And it is all about changing your way of seeing. And that is also what we do with the key tool. We change how we are so that we experience the world differently. But we don't change ourselves in a manipulative way, in self-manipulation. No, no, no. We go to the truth of ourselves and love ourselves there. That's what it is about. The key inner work for twin flames that everyone needs to do. Otherwise, you won't come in a sustainable union in this lifetime, right? So this is the foundation to clear of shadow aspects and make whole by changing how you look at things. So look at your union in a way that is wholesome. See it for the truth that it is. It is healed. It is beautiful. It is made out of divine love. And accept that when there is cause for sadness, that's your grief on your journey to have an even better look from your eyes to the union that is even more conform the actual divine love that it truly is. So that's your process. It's okay to have deep grief. There's nothing wrong with it. You just need to move through what that is for you. And then more capacity to see the truth. And a healed union will be revealed to you. That's the process. And the angels are pointing out that this is a foundation for what they can help us with in the schooling that we offer here together with the angels. So the foundation is to move through that process of seeing clearly. And with the inner work tool key for twin flames, do the inner work to cleanse that way of seeing. And always remember the building blocks is saying what you have to say and going back to your union. That is the building block of life itself. Simple. And then we go to the position of essence, and that is this card, silver card. But we see a hand presenting an infinity symbol above the water, which is the feelings in you, in your heart. From value to money for the service/product. So that's a mission attuned statement, and we'll translate that to union attuned statement, maybe more for you now, although both are important for you and both you will manifest in life. Don't be mistaken about that. You will. Oh, when you keep on following the track, and let yourself be helped by the angels. When you keep on coming to the schooling that we offer here, and let that process take place inside of you to completion, a couple years, for instance. The essence, honesty sells. So cells can also become, of course, which is mission attuned word, can also become a relationship with your true twin flame attuned word. Because maybe we just need to be honest with our twin flame, right? Let's see. In every position you can take in me economy, which is the soul economy in which your mission takes place, you will have to sell, and selling always means to sell yourself for at least some part, not only the product or service. See, it's about relationship, even if you do business. And in your union, it's also about relationship. Selling yourself exactly how you are is the only route to success. Your conscious and unconscious pieces, your so called light and dark sides, together, you will need to accept them both. To not only allow yourself to be everything that you can be for others, but and for your twin flame, but also that you will truthfully come across as a genuine person and can make yourself come true in the eyes of another too. Selling yourself exactly how you are is a route to a better version of yourself right through that sales project process towards a new ground. Life experience gained in these processes make that you are being formed in body and spirit, in life and vibe. And more importantly, makes that your body and mind styling will be exactly aligned with your inner world. Your body and mind styling will be exactly aligned with your inner world. This is therefore the reason that you desire to accept both your negative and positive sides as a starting point, because only like that your true soul energy can start to come to light and expression. This will draw your true clients closer and your true twin flame too, those that feel your soul energy. They will choose you for the long run, whether your sales game is for the rest mediocre or fantastic. This is a natural attraction and that exists. And you play into that unconscious vibe and make it visible and cognizable. This is how you avert manipulation. An overdone variant of sales techniques, that will be manipulation. By not just paying attention to sales techniques and being more of yourself and having faith that the taste of that will transpire, you build real relationships and they can eventually only be mutual and win-winning. You are on your way towards accepting your expression to such an extent that your true soul's energy will surface and become communicable in a mostly automatic way. Working with honesty and truthfulness stops being work and become your standard. A softness will accompany your strategic actions that will inevitably draw contours. And this is what will surface to show itself. So the essence is, according to the angels that help us in our twin flame schooling, to be honest towards who you exactly are in your union, and that will quote unquote sell yourself to your true twin flame and sell them their union to them, right? So that you can be together and they also agree on that. And you have to be honest for that, just like you need to be honest in any sales process in your mission that you might build into a mission business once you're in harmonious union, etc. You need to become honest with your twin flame. And then your how you outside present yourself and how you inside are will align themselves, and both align themselves to your true union blueprint that is anchored into the divine itself. And that's how they will recognize you, and that's how they will recognize that you are indeed truly meant to be together and they would like that too. And that's the essence of things that the angels can help you with in the twin flame schooling, to achieve that alignment and that true honesty. And first of all, to get to know yourself, who you are in your role in your union, because that's important. That's the big deal. And maybe you're like, well, yeah, I know, I already know who I am. So, okay, well, we'll see. Because you need to do the journey, and that will be, yeah, a pretty large consciousness change that will change your outlook on life and on identity itself. And we'll see what you truly are inside your union. For me, that was pretty much a change. For many people that I guide, it's pretty much a change. Sometimes people are even so shocked by this change, by the difference, that they walk away from their true union. Can you imagine? From their harmonious union. So, or they never really truly want to develop into that to truly know that. They want to keep it at their old self. And then that also sort of unravels there, because that's not possible there. So that means it's not possible if you want to sustainably live with your true twin flame in an harmonious union and an actual relationship inside of that very physical, the physical romance that you want. So you need to become honest towards a new level inside of yourself, a new level of honesty that you hadn't touched yet, that you didn't know yet was the point. You didn't know yet that was you. And yeah, for me, that was a quite big change. The person that started the journey is no longer. I don't know anymore who that is. Truly, wouldn't recognize her if you would present it to me, because I also forgot about it. And the extent to which I forgot about it just increases every day. It's a very interesting process, very healing, very beautiful, immensely loving. And my honesty was what brought me together with my true twin flame. It brought me to union, then it brought me to harmonious union, and now it is in the course of bringing us in a physical relationship. And I shocked myself with my own honesty towards a deeper core than I thought I had. Like one day he came around, and in the aftermath of that, I just realized that all I ever wanted, if I was actually truly honest, was for him to come back and stay. And I just felt this love, but also passion for him. And then I told him that. And that's when it came out. That he was my twin flame, that it was mutual, that this was union. It was an explosion of everything that had only been living below the surface for decades in our case. When I went to harmonious union, I was honest enough to say, well, this actually seems rather impossible to make into a practical relationship, but I choose it nevertheless because it is truly, truly the only thing I want. And I needed to be very honest with myself to be able to say that, to be able to admit that, to be able to research my heart that that was really what I wanted, no matter what, that I would choose that until the end of time, only that. And that was a courageous honesty that I had. That's what brought me harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. And now we're also in a movement to going towards building physically. And what gave a big push was me being truly honest about what had happened to the child that grew into the young woman that I once was, that is no longer. What happened to her and who did it to her? The abuse that I underwent as a child. And this shocked him deeply. And I was finally fully honest about that. And through such psychological, energetic, as slightly opposed to source union, is another realm. Source union is the realm of God. Energetic, psychological is in your human that walks around on the earth field, right? By being honest on that level, what was truly going on with me, what is truly going on in that huge transformation that I went through and go through, if you will, by finally revealing that awful secret, it touched him in also his awful secrets that he can work through in himself to go to his core, where he is connected to the source of his union with me. And that is the honesty that works. All these elements of the honesty. But truly, your heart desires to be in a romance with them and nothing else. To be truly honest about your behavior and psychology and energy body and the history of it that you now cut through. And you need to cut it through. That's the honesty. You're not going to keep it like that. Well, that just gives an insane dynamic inside your union, and everything will fizzle out and you'll run away again and you'll blame them. That's how it usually goes, right? So that's the honesty. And the angels say that that is the essence of what they can bring us in the twin flame schooling that we stand here for. And they're already helping us with all of that, because that's why they say it. That's why they gave these cards. The angels already do that. The foundation is to work through your shadow aspects. The goal is to go to those foundational aspects, such as say the truth. It will be a sign for your twin flame. And the resources that they're helping us with is be aware that your union is always the groundwork of life. It is the foundational element of the universe. So if you need a resource on your twin flame journey, just let go of everything and go to the resource that is left, because it will be the fact that your union is the building block of the universe itself. It's already here. Now, well, so the angels are helping us immensely with all of this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think this is a very good, very honest and like foundational reading until here. We're not done. It's really as if they're saying strip down to the bare bone and just see that your union is already here. That's what they can help us with. Be honest, say the truth. Process whatever grief there is, if need be. Go to the fact, the sheer fact that union is the foundation of life itself. It's a building block of the universe as well. They help us with that. To be that, to live that, to manifest that. Which simply means living your union as a relationship on earth. Actually, very simple. Like, it's simple, people. That's what they're saying. It's simple, people. And now we're going to see which of the 72 angels of God are responsible are responsible for this message given to you, brought through my mission and union manifestation card deck that I made myself. Okay, so please, Divine Mother and angels. Divine Mother is the head of the angels. Did you know that? Help us to get some angels from the angel card deck. Angel 56. Angel 22. Let's see if more angels want to come out. No. More angels want to come out that were responsible for this message that can help us at this time. Angel 70. More? No, it feels complete. So let's have a look. Angel 56. Fewayo. Fewayo. I think that's how you need to say it. She is, or he, because they're actually genderless, is part of the angel choir principalities. And the name means God who sustains everything. And it means luck and success, support, modesty and simplicity, altruism, the gifts of providence, ideas and positive atmospheres, talent, fame, and celebrity lived with humility, healing, health, and well being, eloquence and clear expression, peace and tranquility, hope and optimism, humor. Oh, that's funny. Humor. And for the rest, like a lot of support and communication and stuff. The principalities that she is a part of, the angel choir, is to bring harmony between the four elements: fire, air, earth, and water. And they are the bearers of the gift of balance. God who sustains everything. She is really a sustainer. Right, so we're just really sustaining the fact that you are a twin flame, which is the union, is the building block of life. I remember a time in which I was so insecure, I wouldn't even be able to say that. Like, even pronounce it. That would really go wrong. Because I was so insecure about all of that. But I underwent this complete transformation in which the truth of God has been imprinted on my soul firmly. So that's also, yeah, how you get to know these things. Very interesting, right? So this is card 22, angel 22. Yo, yo, yo. That's the name. Part of the thrones. And it means fame and celebrity, patronage and philanthropy, political, artistic, and scientific activities, generosity and selflessness, respect for others, encouraging goodness, command, leadership, and diplomacy, luck and prosperity in business, trade, and travel, protection from unforeseen events and economic setbacks, surprising discoveries, resilience against illness. The name means the right hand of God. And what strikes me is that, economy is included. Angels are also about economy. What's it called? Angels are also your soul development, your twin flame union is very spiritual. Spirituality is also about money. It just includes that topic. And that's also why we will be playing the devotional money game, which is a challenge of 5 days that is led through email. And you will be able to download 5 days of workbook exercises and come together in a social Zoom and go to a webinar all around the topic of, well, the fact that money is spiritual and union connected too. And you will be able to also let the money flow to you because the exercises are, for the biggest part, about that, to collect your money, right? To collect your abundance. And that's just a part of what it means to come in union and to have your abundance manifest. And you're going to taste with very concrete exercises from that will be just very down to earth and up to date with today's society. And you can do that when you take part in our 5-day challenge that is called Devotional Money Game. And you can still opt in. You have to do that through giving me your name and your email address in this link. I'll put it now in the chat. And after the live is over, I will also put it below in the comments below this video that will be published. Just click the link and give me your name and email address, and you're in. And we start Monday at this time when this live is streaming. And that will be on Monday, the 21st of October. Yeah, 5 days plus a bonus day. It will be awesome. It will be lovely to see you inside and that I can see and hear from you what you are going to make of the exercises and whatnot. So I'm very curious. Yeah, aren't you? Then opt in and you can see for yourself. And that all said because this angel, yo, the right hand of God, part of the angelic choir, the thrones, which means they transmit the light that allows us to understand the trials of life. Because this angel is also about economy, leadership, diplomacy, business, prosperity, trade, travel, right? Angels are also about normal things. And your union will be about normal things too. About life, about living life, about having a family together, creating a business together, maybe if that speaks to you, of having a money life together. Practical things will be part of your union relationship, right? So it's not all, what they call like, the higher heart themes, floating away on a cloud. No, it will be very practical and real. And these are the topics of life. And they're just as spiritual as other topics because spiritual simply means the foundation of life. And the foundation of life is under everything. It's under economy, it's under money, it's under relationship, it's underneath your health, it's underneath your food, underneath your wardrobe, underneath your housing, underneath everything. So there you go. Respect for others is what this angel stands for. Yeah, and respect for your normal life too, which is also what the angels want to help us with in the schooling, the schooling that we present, and the program will open soon enough. There will be the year group program The angels will help you move through business if that's your topic. If that's not your topic, you can first couple of years focus on only on your union. That would also be fine. But business will be one of the topics, and you will be able to go through a complete business course inside of it, if that's your thing at that time. If you want to keep that for later, then keep it for later. But we are going to move through practical themes as well, normal things, because you want to have your twin flame in your normal life, right? It's not a spiritual dream that can never manifest. This angel even protects you from unforeseen economic setbacks. What about that? And that is also one of the promises of the program, of the year program, that is that you will strongly go in the direction of your abundance, where your soul money resides, that will flow back to you after you invested from doing your mission. And investing sometimes does look like an economic setback because you give something up front and then you hope to get it back later. But it is not an economic setback because you get the value that you invested in return. Well, the angels know all about that. How about that? They just know about those things and they will protect you in these normal things. How awesome! I'm just completely flabbergasted by that. Let's go to the other angel, the third angel that we got, 70. She has these two triangles interwoven behind her head. I think that's interesting. Star of David, 70. We have 72 angels, so that's a very high angel in number. Yoveme is her name, or his name. God, the creator. She's of the angels choir, which is actually the lowest choir. And it means inner wealth, regeneration, quick recovery from illness, alchemy, love, healing, restoration of harmony, transmutation, and transformation, bright ideas, accompaniment of the dying, parallel worlds, spiritual guidance, and healing. Wow. It's like the inner wealth. That's also what I have spoken about for a couple of years now. The inner abundance manifested in the outer world. That is what twin flames are. And guess what? There's also inner value that manifests in outer money, if you believe it or not. That's just normal money that is part of your union life. It is energy that flows through your union. You will learn more about that when you opt into the devotional money game that starts Monday, and especially also, not only, but also when you come to the webinar that we do inside of that too. I will give you the link for the webinar too. Oh, that is going to be awesome. Because there are only 6 seats for the webinar. And there's still openings. So here's the link. Go there now. Or it might be full already. All right. So it's really about this inner abundance and the alchemy and love of it and the healing of it. And you're being restored. This angel wants to help you being restored to how you're meant to be, who you are in your original sense as a building block of creation, which is what you are in union. So that's like the inner soft loving healing in a powerful way. co-creating with the angel of well, command, leadership, diplomacy, business, economy, generosity. And working together with the angel that was full of eloquence, expression, communication. So, and these are completely core elements of what we will be doing in the Twin Flame Abundance Now year group course that will start up soon. These are the forces that will play a huge role there. We will be doing so much with expression and communication. It will be all about also making come true your mission too, with money and all. It will be including your spiritual, energetic healing into the core of love through which you reach the truth of your harmonious twin flame union state of consciousness, that you will also be able to reach into traveling through this year group course that will roll out for the coming years. You will be able to reach that in that context on your own timing. Yeah, because we will be tuning into the heart every week for your twin flame progress. You will be moving through 24 practical daily life themes a year that you can bring to union vibrational level. But inside of doing that for 3 to 5 years, you can develop for yourself the harmonious twin flame union state of consciousness that it's all about. Get to know your true twin flame, move towards the position in which you can start to have a relationship with them, and let that unfold further. Keeping at it, stabilizing that, healing yourself completely in that state. That's what you will be able to do. And the angels are simply going to help us. Let's look at some additional things. This is this one is moving. Oracle of Change. I will show you who you can trust. Kitsune. With this beautiful, charming dog. It's a Japanese transformer dog human combination. And she or they will teach you who is who, what is what to trust, what not to trust. So maybe you'll even need to know if you can trust this message, if you can trust these angels, that they're real angels that come to help you. Can you trust me? Am I speaking the truth? You need to make that clear for yourself. And I would advise to ask God, ask Divine Mother herself, if you can trust me. If I'm just waffling around speaking nonsense, or if you can actually rely on what I say because it's the divine truth. Ask God, pray for yourself. Pray to get your answer if I'm bullshitting you or not. That's important for you to know. Oracle of the Roses. Sacred unity. Love yourself. Relationships. Yeah. The angels want you to know that You just need to love yourself. And in the love, everything will become clarified. In the love, everything will become known. Knowledge comes through love. If it's not connected through divine love, it's not really knowledge, and it's also not true. And it is through that divine love that you allow in yourself, that you allow to enter yourself, that we have relationships between you and me, for instance, which is the first relationship that comes to mind now, but also between you and your true twin flame. That ship moves through the divine first. That's where you'll find it. That's where you'll find it. And you always need to go through the divine for these kinds of union connected relationships, whether with a teacher or your true twin flame or your soul family, maybe, or people with the community. You need to go through the source connection first. And only then that relationship will fall into the right place. If you don't, then that will be the start of disasters, of manipulation, of all kinds of psychological offness, of not being aligned anymore, of fizzling out of the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union, of having your twin flame run away again, and you yourself running away too. So let relationship go through God. And if you need clarity about those relationships, ask God. And you will need to get clarity when you would, for instance, think about, do you want to come to the inside of this twin flame schooling that I'm talking about, right? And you will need to get clear for yourself on if this is able to be trusted. Now, through the angels, we will also let the Dragon Fae talk. And this is the card they came up with. The Elder. This is the older, wise dragon, like your grandma, that has the wisdom gotten through divine love. Well, that is actually the answer to the question, but you have to, because it is about someone will give you wisdom, someone will give you wise counsel, but you have to decide if that's me, because only then you will listen. And that's the only way I can help you. If you don't believe me, then I can't help you. Divine Mother can't help me through you. And Divine Mother is now what we are going to see an aspect of in this card, that the angels that are governed by Divine Mother picked out for you. Our Lady of the Rose Child. Isn't that sweet? Look at that. What a cozy, rosy, loving, intimate feeling between mother and child. You and Divine Mother, so intimate, so close, so at the core of your heart. So much learning there, so much embracing there, an unconditional sort of pampering you, right? Because no matter if you even if you are in an error that she needs to correct you in, you still fall in her unconditional love. You still fall right into her arms. You are my rose child, born of agony and ecstasy. In sorrow and joy, I am with you, and you are growing. In darkness and light, I am with you, and you are growing. In death and new life, I am with you, and you are growing. The thorn and the bloom, both part of the rose. In the midst of your suffering, you are in the birthing pains of new life. I cherish you, my heavenly rose child. Do not fear the darkness of life. It is necessary for your light to be made manifest. I am your mother, the midwife for the birth of your soul and your union, and the defender of your heart. Surrender and trust in me. Wow. And that's Divine Mother. That she always speaks through me. I saw the card, but now it's gone. Okay. That's why you're here, because Divine Mother steers me, because Divine Mother rules me. And when you go to your union via me, you will go through Divine Mother, because that's essentially what is speaking here. It's what Divine Mother says. I'm here in that role. It's Divine Mother that brings you your union, that brings you to your union, that delivers you at the doorstep of starting to build a relationship with the true twin flame in harmonious union, the consciousness state. That's what Divine Mother does through me for you. And you have to allow yourself to sink in our relationship, step into it. And that's when that can happen for you. I was crying through it. So, this is the energy field that she points out, which is the embrace of her energetically from the spiritual heart place connection to the divine, which is the upper back. So it's actually as if, she comes from behind, embracing you, and you can just embrace yourself because she uses your arms. Mm, mm. So beautiful, so lovely. You can just embrace yourself. That's the energy field that came up. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And she wants for you so much to feel at home in your abundance. And this is the Angels of Abundance cards that we'll get, maybe a couple of them. The first is sever vows of poverty. You may have had vows of poverty unknowingly in this life, or knowingly in this life, or unknowingly in past lives, in parallel lives, however you want to see it. And you can sever them. You can say, I understand that I had a vow of pure poverty once, but that's not now anymore. And I just allow all the material wealth that belongs to my union made come true in harmonious union consciousness state also to flow to me and to us, because there's actually nothing more natural and there's nothing more heartfelt that Divine Mother wants for you too. But sometimes we still have a vow of poverty that can stand in between there, and you can leave that contract and choose something else, which is at how do you say that, which is what you're supposed to do, which is how you will um make come true what we're all about here, what we're trying to say, what we're trying to teach, what the angels want you to go through in the Twin Flame Abundance Now year course as well. So that's like a preparatory step. Dreams of abundance, that's what you have. And that's why you can let these old vows go. There are also fears. They're like, oh, I can't deal with the true abundance of God because then I need to go to my harmonious union consciousness state. I need to look into my energetic, behavioral, psychological problem and let that go, etc. And that's scary. So maybe you're just sort of having this vow of poverty because you're scared, right? So you can also stop being scared by making another choice and then move through, the letting go of that fear that needs to truly happen. But it happens from you choosing it, right? And then your dreams of abundance make a lot more sense, right? They start to make sense in the light of your union and mission. That is the only one true, right union, according to the divine. And the card says that you can also, if you like, pay attention to your dreams at night to get more clarity about what your dreams of abundance actually are. Maybe you're dreaming about your heartfelt desire for this beautiful life in an awesome cottage, living with your ultimate lover, your true twin flame. And then it becomes clear. Oh, it better becomes clear, right? And then you choose to not be afraid anymore. And then it can start to move. And we have pay yourself first. So important. Only through you, your union will come into being. You allow this to happen. You allow the investment to be made. You allow the results of the investment to come to you, the return on investment. You allow all of that. No one else can uncreate that for you because you can choose. You have the power. And you're going to pay yourself first from the money that comes to you in this process. And that means you are going to invest it in your union process because that will then make sure that it does create what your actual dream is, you see. But of course, you will say maybe like, yeah, okay. But, to invest in my own union process and pay myself first in that way, I first need to have money. Okay. I understand. And that's why you need to subscribe to our devotional money game that starts on Monday, October 21st. There's still place. We have 20 participants. And it's for free. And I will teach you step by step over the course of 5 days and one bonus day how to let the money flow to you, how to look at that in a positive way, change your heart about it, and get some practical ideas to start it very physically. All right. So that's why you need to come. And then from that result of that, you can pay yourself first, which I think is a good idea. That was it for this deck, I feel. So the angels also want us to look at the Mary Magdalene Oracle deck. And here there are also angels in this deck. So let's see what will happen. What will happen? So they want me to pick this one. Okay. The Universal Christ. The Universal Christ also stands for all these things. That's the one that sends these angels, that is the boss of all these movements, of angels, of helpers, of you moving into your union, of you investing in your union and getting your investment back in a multitude of times. We all get much more in return for our investments in our union than we ever imagined. We do. I did. And it's a universal Christ as the principle and the person, as a big boss of all this process that you can open up when you say yes. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. Doesn't even matter what I say. And it's also not about me here. I'm in the role of I stand for a Divine Mother to share the union consciousness. And that's what the universal Christ stands for, union consciousness. Wow. I was so shocked by that just flew away. It just flew away completely. But now I'm afraid that I will roll over this card. It's gone. It's gone. Well, how did that happen? It's gone. Okay, I'm not kidding you. So, oh, here it is. All right, that was funny. Union consciousness. That's the universal Christ is the union consciousness itself. What is union consciousness? Well, it is union. Gosh. Oh, that was so shocking to me somehow. Okay. Union consciousness is what you need to reach union and live in it sustainably, okay? I do work together with the universal Christ, with the boss of everything, to make that come true for you. When we say harmonious twin flame union, that is union consciousness. And in this kind of shocking way, that's how it was established in me, this union consciousness. It was truly shocking. It was like completely, like flooring me completely and utterly. I needed 5 years to process that. After it had come to me in an unmistakable way, that shocked me. That was like the shocker. Yeah. All right, let's look into it. So that will happen to you too, you know. Things go strange differently and you're shocked. You're shocked. But the angels accompany you and protect you and are together with you there. That's how it happened to me too. The union consciousness will shock you about many things because things will be different than you thought they were or that you were educated into and whatnot. In a good way, different, right? But your perception of life will change. Your perception of relationships will change. Your perception of everything basically will change. That's also why we have this program that will come up for you soon, you know, to participate in this year group program. Because this whole process, it's great. You can do it. I advise it. You will reach it within this lifetime. But it does change you a lot. And you want to have this context in which that is supported from all angles. That's how you integrate it smoothly and quickly too. And you don't need 32 years like I did. And that's also one of the big miracles that I in fact share because I took 32 years and 500,000 euro of investment to get here in harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, being initiated as the teacher of it, standing in place of Divine Mother for you, meeting you there. Yeah, starting to build my physical union now as well. And the miracle is that I changed that for the people that come to me. I brought it down to 3 years and around a couple thousand, right? Which is an enormous improvement of what I went through. So I want you to go through this shocking experience also in a safe way that is smooth and safe and sane, and and that you don't need years and years to get over that sort of. That's why I want you to come into that program and be like helped and loved from all sides for quite some time, so that it all can establish inside of you and sink into you and click in and heal you and have it become a sustainable attitude for you, etc. Yeah, that's why we do that. So now we went to the Egyptian card deck, and this one came out. Chosen by the angels. Mummy. Okay. And that sounds funny, right? I don't know. Yeah, the corpse that was being protected by the sons of Horus when you're dead, Ask yourself, on every topic of your development, if you're making it needlessly complicated. That's what the angels said in this card as well. Make it simple. Union is the cornerstone of life, the building block of life. End of story. It's what you are. It's how you're created. But more needs to be said about it. Just be it now as well. You will become loosened up of old and restricting bonds. Idea for an exercise. Take some time for yourself for researching yourself and make yourself less complicated. Well, that's what you're going to do when you enter that year group course, right? Twin Flame Abundance Now. Then you're going to do that self-research and make yourself less complicated. Go back to the building block of life. Because the mummy is very complicated. It's just how they're prepared with so much, wound cloth around itself and all these herbs inside of it and whatnot. But you can also uncomplicate it and say, okay, you're a soul. That's eternal. Already. You don't need a mummy. You see? Don't overcomplicate it. You're already in union at the core. Now manifest it. Live it. And that's a lifestyle, because you need to do the inner work constantly and the correct inner work. And that's a sort of a lifestyle. It is. I created many things to support that lifestyle. One of the things is going to be come to the group course, of course. And these are the angel answers. Let's see what kind of angel answer we're going to get from Divine Mother and her angels. Remain positive. Yeah. And this lifestyle is also something through which you remain positive. You just keep on going through this lifestyle that you can get. Wait. Interesting. Sometimes you have to sort of wait, sort of kind of wait, right? Not because waiting is good, but because you want to have everything fall into place for you in divine timing. And you can start to build on this union supporting lifestyle, making it simple and remaining positive. And then you're just sort of waiting until everything clicks in for you. You're not really waiting, you're just moving towards the consciousness alignment of union consciousness. And when that is there for you, it'll all fall together and click in, which is an awesome experience to have. Awesome. Really. Oh, it is really beyond beautiful. And that will happen for you too when you step into this opportunity that I will be placing before you. And these are the abundance, divine abundance cards. Faith. Yeah, that's what you need. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. Grief. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. Courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Yeah, take the steps. Things are shown to you, things are pointed out. You just need to say yes to them and start. Start somewhere. Say yes. And these angel cards are very much about your life purpose. Talk to the angels. You will get into connection with the angels when you are going this journey and making the steps, saying yes. You will get into connection with the angels because they guarantee that they already came to the schooling, to everything that I offer. Talk to them when they come to you. They will help you. Teach. Well, this is the school itself. And the angels are just in and around it and supporting it and guiding the people in the school, teaching people in the school. Yeah, they are. You talk to them and they teach you. Thank you, angels. A personal message, personal development message. Well, okay. You already know the answer. Just let it in. Only there where I place my blocks, there they are. And the spiritual answer cards, spiritual messages cards, spiritual development message cards. Seek for the company of those that awaken the best in you. Yeah, when you're making your choices, that's what you need to look at. And we're going to go towards the closing off now. And I will just ask the Golden Tarot to be used by the angels. What do you want to say through the Golden Tarot? I just want to say that I really love the message from the angels to simplify, to go back to the core. You are already in union at the core, Just keep at it in your real life. It's just a simplification. Oh, that's what they have been selling you. This one tumbled out. This is Page of Coin is selling you this coin, this teaching, this thing. And there are the angels. Angel says, "Hi, we're here." And here's your salesperson. She's called Petra. That's me. And she has been selling you this pentacle. And that's the message that you just heard. Take it in. And if that cookie tasted good, come also to the Twin Flame Abundance Now year course soon enough. But maybe you first want to start upcoming Monday with the devotional money game. And the Saturday after that with the webinar about the divine money path. Who knows? That can be a nice first thing for you to do. So that was me giving you the message of the angels. And I hope I sold it well. I hope it is inspirational for you. I hope you really let it in. Yeah. Let's next week go to a new topic in Twin Flame Abundance Live. And I will meet you then again. Love from Petra.